All right, welcome everyone. Welcome to the Ravens Texans postgame show. The Ravens shellacked the Texans 31-2. A weird score to say.
Again, it's one of those scoregami things where it's there's probably never been a score like that in the NFL.
Yep. So it is what it is there. Before we get into the deep dive of this game, make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe to both of our channels. Follow us all on TikTok. Support our PayPals. Turn on the post notification bell so you guys know when we go live, do shorts, recaps, funny things that we post. So you guys don't miss any of that stuff.
And remember, Jake needs to pay off
More
Lamar.
breakdown of what's coming up this week. We're going to be live streaming hockey on Friday. And then Saturday, Jason and I will be back for the Bengals-Broncos game on Saturday. Then we'll be live streaming Falcons Commanders win and get in for Washington in that playoff hunt. So it's going to be a busy week for us. I mean, it was a busy day regardless, but a happy day for Aaron. So with that out of the way, let's talk about this game. Listen, the Ravens, I knew that the Ravens were going to beat the Texans, easily. But I didn't think it was going to be that easily to the point where the only 2 points would have come from Derrick Henry getting swallowed in the end zone and giving up a safety, honestly.
Yeah.
I would have thought that at least the Texans would have found a way to score a touchdown, and they did not. Derrick Henry had himself a game again. And it started off, and what I liked about the Ravens' game plan was they gave it to him early. None of this, if you notice, the games that they've lost, they tend to get away from Henry early, and they decide to throw it. That is not the recipe for success for the Ravens. Give it to Henry early, they succeed. Give it to him late, it's basically all over. Or don't give it to him at all, it's all over. So, I don't know why John Harbaugh and that coaching staff, don't use him when it matters the most. Now, like I said, they are now the leaders in the AFC North. They're up a game. But Aaron, what are your takeaways?
My takeaways are, I think that they actually started to open up the passing game at the exact right time. It was nice. It was like run, then pass, then run again. You know what I mean? Like, they started and finished the game with the running game, but Lamar had just enough passing yards and stuff to really give some legitimate balance to that victory. I think if the Ravens can play like this, nobody can stop them in the playoffs. But as you said, the recipe for success is spam Derrick Henry and then do play action with Lamar Jackson and either let Lamar run it or hopefully he's got somebody open. But Derrick Henry is just such a dual threat in the sense of you can pass it to him as well as hand it off to him.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, in previous years, he has never been that much of a passing threat. So the fact that the Ravens are able to bring that out of him says a lot.
And I feel like this was the turning point, right? Because we saw in that second quarter, after that safety, the Texans had something going, but because they failed to get that touchdown, I feel like the air went out of the balloon after that fail attempt, honestly.
Yeah,
I feel like
they
were like, you know what, it's just not our day. Now, the scary part is they already have that home playoff game. They've already won the division. However, they will have to either, and again, knock on wood that the Steelers win next week and the Ravens lose, but if that happens, they will be facing Baltimore again in the wild card round. So, and again, unfortunately for the Ravens or for the Texans, they don't have any weapons, and we saw it today. Unfortunately, they tried to rely on Joe Mixon, but the Ravens' run defense was just so stout and unwilling to budge that they couldn't do any. Joe Mixon had a quiet game from early on in the stretch. CJ Stroud was forced to throw, and because of him being, inaccurate, the Ravens were able to run away with it.
Well, and due to their lack of weapons as well. I think that that's something that can't be understated. I think really the dual threat of will Lamar run? Will Henry run? Oh no, is he going to pass it? I mean, defenses can't keep up with this Ravens offense. It just doesn't happen.
Well, again, and Lamar had 2 touchdowns and had one rushing, and it was a big rushing day for him because I think did he get over 100 yards? No, right? I don't think so.
He got 87, like close to 90 yards.
Oh, okay. I thought they would have given him a chance to get to 100, but I guess not. So I mean, hey, the Ravens, they most likely will be the 3 seed. They'll either be taking on Denver. Let me see, Denver, LA, maybe Pittsburgh, depending
Yeah.
on how everything else seeds. So those are the opponents that the Ravens are to face come playoff time. And I know that you're a little, you're not sure, but I feel like I would pick Denver over the Chargers. I know John Harbaugh owns Jim, but I don't know, man. Like, I feel like that's gonna be if it's Chargers Ravens in the playoffs. I think it's gonna be like, I think Jim is gonna be like, all right, this is my actual chance to knock my big bro out. After he's done it to me so many times. So if I were you, and I know you're a Ravens fan, I would pray for the um for the Ravens to get the Broncos somehow.
I mean, it could happen. But
I mean, hey, the Bills could lose out, and if you guys win next week, you guys get the 2 seed.
well, the only game we have left to win is against the Browns.
Yeah, so the Bills have 2 games left. So if the Bills lose 2 more games and you guys beat the Browns, you guys get the 2 seed. So,
But who do the Bills have left for those 2 games? I'm pretty sure they have to play New England again, right?
Jets, New England, yeah.
Yeah, they ain't losing both of those.
Crazier things have happened. Just saying.
If
Well,
if the Patriots or the Jets ever find some way to beat Buffalo, I might as well play the damn lottery.
but there's someone in the comment. By the way, fun fact: the Ravens have actually C.J. Stroud cannot touch the Ravens all that they're worth, because I think last year when they played, the Ravens blew them out in the regular season, and then the Ravens blew them out in the postseason by final score of 34-10, is what this person commented here on um on our chat right here. So, and they win again 31-2. So, wow.
I'm telling you, it's crazy. The only points for Houston came from their defense. So if you think about it, this was basically a shutout.
Yeah. But before we get out of here, any other thoughts?
Houston, you have a problem.
Yep. Definitely. Like, and for those, and this is what I hope that, a message to those, and this is me, a Washington fan that has a young quarterback, has a young quarterback. Cause, dude, they were ready to crown CJ Stroud. They're like, oh, look, the Texans with the CJ Stroud with the Texans, they can be a Super Bowl threat. But hey, what do we say about Brock Purdy and the 49ers? Brock Purdy is a system quarterback where he needs all weapons to be healthy and all systems to be a go to be successful. It's looking like CJ Stroud is going to be the same way because they're failing. They're losing. And what have we said about what separates these system quarterbacks where they need all systems go versus the Patrick Mahomes and the Josh Allens of the world? They're elite. And when you're elite, you elevate the guys that you have. And those
You can
guys
turn
are
them into household names by yourself.
yeah. You don't need a Stephon, like, they don't need a Stephon, like, dude, Josh Allen didn't have a number one wide receiver until they traded for Amari Cooper, and Amari Cooper is doing it quietly. Like, he's not going off, and he's not the Amari Cooper of old. Like, he's
Yeah.
doing it quietly too, which I really like.
And Baltimore didn't really have a legit number one until Zay Flowers got there.
Yep. But
Like, he's a game breaker too.
yeah. So the Texans, I feel like the media, all these NFL outlets, they need to cool it with calling C.J. Stroud MVP and like a Super Bowl champion when it's looking like they're bound for another first round exit.
And to that point, the Texans to me are kind of like, I almost put them in the same realm as Cincinnati because they've won their division. But if we were looking at the real number 7 seed, it would have to be Houston, like a team that may have won their division but deserves to be lower in the playoffs. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. But let me. Where'd it go? Okay. All right. So we're good, right? No more other comments. All right.
No,
Well, that'll do it for this stream. That'll do it for this post game, y'all. Make sure, like I said, stay tuned. We will be back Friday night for the hockey stream if you guys are into that. If you guys are not, we got some more NFL content because it's coming down to the wire. It's playoff season, so we're getting ready to do a lot of playoff coverage. Like I said, Aaron is traveling this weekend. If he can, he'll be more than happy to join us. But most likely it'll be me and Jason this weekend. Hopefully we have Aaron for week 18, so that way all three of us can do playoff predictions. So stay tuned for that. But that'll do it for tonight. That'll do it for today. We're out of here, y'all.